Listen, if you're an OPT or planning to come to the US soon, please avoid these jobs. They almost never sponsor H1B. The growth is really slow and you will be trapped for years without even realizing it into these jobs, and then you will regret it after you've lost all your time. I made the same mistake as well. So let me save you that 1 year of regret I see so many people go through. So here's the truth that nobody actually tells newcomers that 2025 was a really bad job market. Everybody knows that. But also 2026 will be a very selective job year. Companies will still hire, but now they will hire only for the right skills. And not every job in the US is actually going to sponsor H1B now, especially after the 100K fee. So when I honestly came here, I believed, that if I can just get any job and I'll be sponsored. But that is a big lie. That's not happening anymore. One wrong role and that can waste your entire OPT, your STEM extension, and your chance of staying in the US for the long term. So let me quickly share the 5 jobs you must avoid at all costs if you're planning to move to the US or if you plan to stay in the US. Number one is the manual QA tester roles. I know many software engineers, they think that they can start on this path and then move to the engineering roles and the companies, but these roles get filled easily in the US, so they are not going to sponsor you for this role. Plus, everything is moving into automation now, so there's literally no growth on this career path. And these are just like basic entry level tester roles, which you definitely want to avoid. I've seen so many people who just go for brands for a junior level role and then they just get stuck there. But you will not receive sponsorship for these roles. Second one is the business analyst roles. These are mostly applicable for the small consulting companies. 90% of companies who are offering BA roles, they are just body shops, no real client and no immigration support or stability. So they might tell you in the beginning, that we'll file your H1B because, it's a small company and they don't know anything about the process. So people join. But if you hear this, then just run from it because they will definitely ditch you in the end. Most students who take these roles, they're left hanging with either like fake titles, no skills, and no sponsorship, and ultimately they have to go back. Number three is the IT support roles. These are like the generic IT support, help desk, customer service roles. They are very, very easy to get, but impossible to grow into. They offer no specialization. If they do, then you can consider it. But if they don't, then just stay away from this one. There'll be no H1B sponsorship. And Americans can easily fill up these roles. Also, they pay not more than like $15 to $20 an hour. Even if you think that, it's good and safe for the first 6 months until your STEM clock starts, I would still say use those 6 months to find a job which can actually sponsor you, which where you can actually learn the skills to crack that interview for a good company for a good role. Number four is the sales job. You will see a lot of posts on LinkedIn saying, sales role, commission role, and you can earn as much as you want. But sales is mostly for citizens. If you're an OPT, don't take that risk. Very high churn in this role, almost impossible KPIs and targets to achieve, and definitely zero immigration support. You don't want your status tied to whether you hit a quota or not in a new country, so just stay away. If you're just curious about the sales role, first I would say pick up a specialization, get a company, get that sponsorship, and then in that job itself, you can always cross train yourself as a salesperson. Number five, and the last one, is the marketing assistant, especially in the content creation or social media space. This is a very big trap for creative immigrants, who want to do this for fun until they realize that this is really low pay, oversaturated, very easily replaceable, and definitely because it does not have that technical skill building. Again, it'll be very hard to find a sponsorship unless it's a marketing role in a tech company. Definitely go for that one, especially related to product or program. Or if it's tied to like a tool like a Salesforce or something, then definitely go for it. That's a very good role. So I would just say that be smart when you pick up a role. Make sure what are the long-term benefits of that role. If it's not aligned with your future, then avoid these roles. At first, you might get into these thinking that, okay, at least it stopped your OPT clock or something, which is fine if it's a very desperate time for you. That's fine, but keep learning on the side so that you can quickly switch when that opportunity comes and you're not stuck there like forever, because no skills in the US means no growth. And that's the reality we want to avoid. So definitely, if you want a more stable sponsorship careers, I have created tons of videos. Go check those out and focus on those skills and find the companies that you truly want to work for and have your strategy ready to get those jobs. And feel free to drop your background and degree in the comments, and I can tell you like which job paths should you pick up that can give you the highest chances of sponsorship. So don't waste your time on OPT or the wrong role. Let's find you the right one. See you in the next video. Bye.